Good morning, T-Wolves! Mr. Quinton here with what we did for Monday, February 1st, 2021. That's right, folks. We are finally into the second month of 2021. That just means we're one day closer to everything that you want to happen, whatever that may be. So, let's see. What do we got going on today? We have got a project that is due tonight by 11:59 p.m. If you are someone who is doing it physically, that means you're going to have to get it into me before school lets out, which lets out at 4:20. But if you're doing it digitally, you still do have until 11:59 p.m. Now, just want to make sure that everybody gets that in. So if you have questions, please let me know. I did get some questions over the weekend. I made sure to try and answer those as quickly as I could. And I will continue to answer your questions as best as I can today. But after we get to a certain point tonight, I'm not going to be able to respond to things. So please make sure that you get your questions in. So what do we do today? Well, let's find out. If we're going to pretend that we are first period as usual, you, of course, are going to go to your social studies period. Jump on down to quarter 3. Head on into week of February 1st, and you will see that it's Monday, and we've got this really cool picture of Ostraka pottery. Remember, you might need to click on it twice, folks. You might need to click on it twice. Let's see here. So this is Ostraka pottery. And this was used by the ancient Athenians in their democracy. And believe it or not, a lot of times these were used to help decide whether or not people would get exiled because of whatever reason. And so you would write their name on the pottery, and then they would take the shard of pottery and throw it into a pot, and then everything would get counted. And if that person's name came up enough to go ahead and be exiled, that person would be banished for 10 years. Now, I know that there are a lot of people in your life that you might say, I would never want them to go away. Or maybe you do have some people in your life and you'd be like, wow, can we do that today? And that's actually a pretty good question because it leads to the whole idea of voting. Does voting work? Do you think that voting worked like that back then? When they didn't use Ostraka pottery, a lot of times they used white stones and black stones. White stones for yes, black stones for no. Throw the stones into a pot, whichever amount of stones was greater was the way that they would go. Do you think that that would work today? Do you think that the votes that we have do work today? These are some things that we talked about and asked questions about in class because these are the things that lead into citizenship. One of the biggest responsibilities that we have as citizens is to vote. It's probably our most important role as citizens, and it helps us to be good citizens, not just obeying laws, not just, following the rules, but actually taking part in your government, actually taking part in making sure that your country is doing everything that it should be doing or can be doing the way that you see fit. So we talked about this a little bit. The other thing that we did was I know that there were many, many, many of you that did not get a chance to finish the Nearpod. So I have a very simple solution to that. You're going to finish the Nearpod. So I want everybody to jump back in there and finish that Nearpod. I have the code here for you. If for some reason Nearpod goes weird on you and makes you start over, don't start over. Just go back to where you left off. That'll be fine because these, again, are going to be things that you're going to see on the test. So that's what we got. We had some whole group discussion about our Ostraka pottery. I gave everybody time to finish their Nearpod, so please make sure you do your exit ticket for that. And then if you get all knocked out with everything, then I guess you've got some last-minute time to work on that project. All right, folks, if you have any questions, as always, send me a note in Schoology, send me an email. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing day. Mr. Quinton, out.